Tonight we're going to talk about a sin that many governments around the world are doing against their people, including our own government. There's a whole agency, it's called NSA. And what they do is listening to your calls. They might be listening in to us right now as well, but who cares? We're not saying anything wrong. This is called eavesdropping. When you listen to someone's conversation secretly, without their knowledge or with their knowledge, but you're doing it secretly, that's called eavesdropping, and that's sinful. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in one hadith narrated by Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, he said, وَمَنِ اسْتَمَعَ إِلَى حَدِيثِ قَوْمٍ وَهُمْ لَهُ كَارِهُونَ صُبَّ الْآنُكَ فِي أُذُنَيْهِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. That whoever listens to someone's conversation when they do not like it, when they do not want you to listen to their conversation, on the day of judgment, molten lead will be poured into their ears. How severe is the punishment for listening into someone's conversation when they don't want you? Pay attention to the words of the Prophet ﷺ. He didn't say if they don't know. He said if they don't like you to listen to them. وَمَنِ اسْتَمَعَ إِلَى حَدِيثِ قَوْمٍ وَهُمْ لَهُ كَارِهُونَ. Meaning, I might be talking to someone over here, and I know that guy is listening. His ears are attentive towards our conversation. So it's with my knowledge. I know it's happening. I know he's doing it, but I don't want him to listen to that. I don't want him to listen to whatever I'm saying to this person. This is what the Prophet ﷺ is talking about. So it's not about whether the person whose conversation is being listened to, whose conversation is being heard by the other person, is with their knowledge or without their knowledge, is whether they like it or not. If they are okay that you listen in on them, then it will be fine. Then you will not be committing a sin. But if they don't want you to listen to their conversation, then you are committing a sin. And the punishment for this particular sin will be that molten lead will be poured into the ears of this person on the day of judgment. How strong and how severe is this punishment? This also applies. This doesn't only apply to when two people or more are having a conversation and it's a private conversation. It's not a public. Like right now we're having a public conversation. When we are talking, when we're having question and answers or something like that. If it's public, it's public. That means anybody can join in, anybody can listen to, anybody can participate. But if it's a private conversation going on, there's a private meeting going on, and we have specifically made it known that this is a private meeting. This is a private conversation. This is confidential. In that case, any person who's not part of that, who's not invited to that, who's not permitted to do that, to participate, to listen in, is not allowed to. Because that becomes private conversation, that becomes confidential. And this also applies to a person who is talking to someone on the phone. He might be alone, but he's talking to someone on the phone and he doesn't want you to listen to his conversation. To whoever he's talking to, with whomever he's having a conversation, he doesn't want you to listen to that. So in that case, if you start listening to that, then that's sin. And forget about the case of those people who tap into someone's phone, or who bug someone's house, or who bug someone's room, or someone's residence, or someone's office without their permission, just to listen into their conversation, whatever is taking on in their private space. It's all sinful. And the punishment that is being promised by the Prophet ﷺ for such people is very strong punishment. So it's better to stay away. As a matter of fact, if two people are having a conversation and you understand that they don't want you to listen to that, stay as far away as possible do not even let the sound of their conversation come into your ears. This can happen if two people are having conversation in a public space and and you happen to be nearby and you can listen to them. They don't want you to listen to them, but you can listen to them because their sound is being heard. In that case, distance yourself from there. So even unintentionally, you're not listening into them, because unless you plug your ears, the sound will go in your ears. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.